Hi, so we're out here at the root garden and it's the beginning of June, and I can't remember the last time we were out here. It's probably been a couple of months at least, but we are about a month away from harvest, so that will be the next video that I make. But I wanted to visit right now just to show how it's doing, and it's doing really well. I'm really pleased with all the varieties that I planted, and actually all but one is doing really well. One of the varieties, I'm not sure if it wasn't really well suited for this environment, or it was just a little too wet, because I did heavily mulch this bed, as you may remember from the previous videos. So I did see that it probably did rot out somewhat, but the other varieties did okay, so it might have been a little bit of that, and then, you know, just the variety itself was not suited. So that's pretty good. I got 4 out of 5, and then of course my Italian is doing really awesome. I don't think I've ever seen it look as good as it is. So this is this first couple rows is the Susan D, and it's this first row and second row. And by the way, the plants you see in between here are mostly sunflower seeds, which volunteered from the bed I had in here last year, and there's still some taters in here too, a little bit, but I'm going to let them go, because actually most of them are growing in the 2 rows that, you know, the variety that didn't grow so well. So I guess it worked out pretty good as far as the bed goes. And so the Susan D looks pretty good. This variety here is the Romanian. That looks pretty good. And then here are the 2 rows, which you really can't see any garlic, because, like I said, it didn't do that well. But this is the Basque, and some of it did come up. There's you know, maybe a handful. And as you can see, it's very slender, leaves very thin. So I am going to, you know, let it ripen, and I'm going to pick it, and I may just save what I pick and try it again next year, you know, just to see, you know, if it was the growing conditions or if it in fact is the variety. So I don't know yet. I'll decide. So these are all sunflowers in here, so they're doing good. And this variety here is German red, and it's doing really well. This looks like it's a shorter garlic. You know, the leaves aren't as tall as the others. And this is the chestnut. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this has really slender leaves, but it's really tall. So this is interesting. And it's doing really well. And finally, at the end here is my pride and joy, my Italian, that I've been growing for several years, and it's doing the best of all. It's pretty tall. It's, I'd say, not quite 3 feet. It's doing awesome. So I'm glad I had some left over and I planted it, and I'm going to keep growing it, because it really is a good producer, and it is doing really well this year. So anyway, here's the garlic bed. It is doing fantastic, and we'll come out here in another month and do some harvesting.